Hi everyone, welcome to Agile CRM. Today we're going to start with the phase one of the onboarding sessions, and we're going to discuss the basic features today. And the topics will be contacts, import contacts using CSV, filters and views, widgets, email through IMAP or Exchange, custom fields, deal setup, appointment scheduling, tags and bulk actions, and how you perform the actions. So let's start with logging in to my account. I'm currently logged in. So I'll log into my account and I'll now show you how to add a contact. Well, there are two ways to add a contact, one of which will be clicking the contacts button on the screen or on the dashboard here and go to add contact and type the first name, last name, the title of the contact, the company, and the email address, and the phone number. And you can also add the tags for this customer. For example, let's say sign up and click on save. So this is one way you add a contact, but the other way to add a contact is going to the right end of the page and click on contact, and it will again bring you to the same page, and you'll be entering these same details, and then just click on save. But we have much more to contacts. So these are the examples. I mean, these are the contacts which are already there in my account. And I've added tags. For example, if I need to add a tag to the contact which I've just created, all I'll do is open the account, open the customer's name, and I'll add a tag sign up, and I'll add another tag as developer. So this is the way I add tags to a contact here. And if the person has already integrated with if we already have his Twitter and Facebook details, this is where we'll be able to see his Twitter account, but we'll come back to it at a later point of time. So this is how we create contacts, and this is the pie chart which shows the percentage of tags with associated with the customers. So we will first come with for example, let's go to a contact. Let's go to the contact which I've already created, which is this, and I see that these are the only details which come to the customer. For example, name, company, job description, tag, where the sections, and email, phone number, where the sections which were asked when you were trying to add a contact. But these are custom fields which I have added, and I will now show you how to add a custom field. All you need to do is go to preferences, sorry, admin settings, and go to custom fields, and click on add custom field, and say to contact. So for example, I also want to add the country name of the customer. I'll type country, and I'll select the text area. I mean, this is depending on my requirements, so I select text area, and I'll put the description as country of the customer. And generally, when you select the type as text area, the maximum number of lines will be two or more than two. you can't type one, and this is the error you get once you click required and searchable. It says please enter a value greater than or equal to 2, which will be 2 for us now. And I click on save changes, and I see the country box here. So this is a custom field I've just added. And what I have to do now is I go to the customer, and for example this is the account I've just created. So I click on the edit button here, and I see the country here. So I type India, and well, these are the sections which I've already created. So I've just entered these details and click on update, right? So you now see the details: phone, email, the country, state, and city. Country, state, city, color. All these four are custom fields. When we come back to contacts, this is the general view we see of the contacts in our page. The name, the work, the tags, and the lead score a particular customer has. But you can also change the views you want to see for a customer. For example, we I add a new view where I want to see more details of the customer. So I'll go click on add view, and I'll say I've just added the custom field as country. So I would say country will be the contact view, and they select first name, last name, email, company, and the country, and the city, for example. And I click on save changes, and I have a country view here. So I'll come back to contacts and select the country view from the drop down list next to view, and this is how it this is the view you'll get once you select the custom, and it shows it's a custom country and custom city. So if I add the details of all the customers and from which country they belong to, it will be shown here. So this is the advantage of using the views. And now filter is something where you want to filter the contacts based on a condition. So for example, I type country as the name of the filter, and I'll say first name, no, I'll say the company is, for example, Ajay, and another condition I give is country is India, and the tag is let's say sign up, right? And I click on save, and I see a new filter created here. So what I'll do is the country view is selected, so I go to default, which gives me all the contacts. Now I select the country filter. Alright, so there are no contacts matching this criteria. So let me go back to country and say uh, what was, I'll edit the filter. No, click on country, and I'll delete this, I'll delete this, and I'll select country is India, and click on save, go back to contacts, and it shows me this is one person who is from India, and this is the account I just created and associated it with the country name as India. So I mean, this is the filter. This is how a filter works, and I'll come back to contacts, and it again gives me the general view, and it also shows like how many tags are associated with the total contacts you have. Right. So let's talk about tags now. Tag is something which you associate with the customer when he joins. For example, you have sent an email to several customers, and you tag all those. For example, we send an email to 10 customers, or we have contacted 10 customers. We'll say sign up is what is the first step of tagging. So we say sign up for all those 10 contacts, and then out of which 5 customers have replied. So we add a tag reply to all those 5 customers, and that way we can add tags to different customers, and we also can tag different based on their designation or the activities they perform. So this is how tags work, and let's go back to the contacts page. So I'll first show how to export contacts to a CSV. All you need to do is, I mean, if it's only one contact you need to export, you just need to click here and a bulk actions button appears. If you want to select all the contacts, you will click here, and then you will get all the contacts to be exported to a CSV. Or if you want to export contacts for a separate filter, and I say company, and this is a filter I get, and likewise if I say state, this is a filter I get, and if I say new list, so this is a filter I get, and I can just send an email. I mean, I can perform bulk actions only on these contacts, and I'll come back to bulk actions when I discuss. I mean, we have the same. I mean, we can do the same thing even with views. For example, I have a view called state. When I click on the state, these are the conditions I've already selected. So this is the kind of view I get. And one, if I want to send an email, I mean, if I want to perform a bulk action on these 3 customers, I just have to click on those. So this generally works with different views or different filters. Come back to contacts, and now this is the basic view we get of the contacts. And then I click on name, right? So this is where I can actually add tags to all the, for example, I'll say uh, agile is one tag I want to add, because I've done it for 12 contacts. It says tags agile added to 12 contacts. I just refresh the page, and I see the tag agile associated to all the contacts because I performed a bulk action, right? In the same way, if I say remove tag, and I say agile is the tag I want to remove, I click on remove, and it says scheduled, and it says removed. So all I need to do is refresh, and the tag agile is no more. In the same way, you can even add all these contacts to a campaign, send an email to all these contacts, the contacts you have selected. You can also change the owner to all these contacts, and you can also delete all these contacts from here. And the one thing I wanted to explain here was exporting contacts as CSV. All you need to do is, if you want all these contacts to be exported into a CSV file, you just need to click on export contacts as CSV, and this is the dialog box you would be getting. And once you click on yes, you'd get an Excel sheet. It might take a while, but you'll get an Excel sheet with all the contacts. That's the CSV file, and that's how you export your contacts. And let's come back to the tool, the contacts page, and now I'll show you how to import contacts. So all you need to do is go to admin settings, no, go to contacts, you click on add new contact, and page, you get an option says click here to import your contacts from CSV and other CRMs. So once you click here, it says upload CSV file, and you select the CSV file here from the computer. I don't have one, so I click on upload. I will select the CSV file and click on upload, and it imports all the contacts from that particular CSV file. And if there was an issue importing the CSV file, you would also get a report to your email address which says how many contacts have been imported and how many have been failed. It also shows which ones have failed and with the reason. So this is how you import contacts. And if you have associated your Agile CRM with a Google account, you can also import all the contacts from your Gmail account to the Agile CRM, and this is how you do it. We'll go to admin settings, go to preferences, and we'll say data sync. Because I have already enabled my Google account to import contacts from Google, or I've already enabled, but if I disable this, the button I get here is enabled. And you can also integrate your Google Calendar with Agile CRM and even the email. So whatever emails you get to your Gmail, you'll also be getting here. And the other data syncs, and the other ways you can integrate contacts is from Shopify and Stripe. So all the customers you have in Shopify and Stripe, even those contacts will be synced to Agile CRM once you enable them. And this is how you import or export contacts. And now I would show you how to uh, I'll also tell you about the widgets. So these are the widgets I have, uh, and these are the ones you can enable. I've already done my Twitter account. I've integrated it. I've done my Facebook. You can do Raply, and because I'm doing it with a free account, it shows paid accounts only. But if you're a paid customer, you'll obviously be getting enable buttons here: ClickDesk, Zendesk, HelpScout, Twilio. Uh, Twilio is an account to use Twilio to make incoming calls and outgoing calls directly from Agile CRM or even the SIP. You will have to create an account with Twilio, and once you have created, you can add that Twilio account to your Agile CRM. And as I've already told in the data sync, for the contacts to be synced, you can use Stripe, but otherwise for the billing stuff, you can use FreshBooks, Stripe, Xero, and QuickBooks. And Shopify button here enables you to view the customer audits details, but in the data sync, it's to sync the customers you have in Shopify already. And you can also add any custom widgets if you want. And this is something, I mean, this is how we enable widgets. I mean, these are the number of widgets we have here. And also, if you go to admin settings, this is where you can actually integrate. I'll tell you, like, this is for example, if you want to integrate a form builder directly to the Agile CRM, this is how you do it. You can directly launch a form builder, and all these show. So it says if you want to integrate the Mandrill gateway, it's only for paid customers, and Twilio for the SMS gateways. So this is how these are the number of integrations we have. And let's come back to the preferences section. So uh, when you first create your account, it says sent using Agile. You can, if you want to remove it, and put your personalized signature here, and you can also select a color theme, right? And it says send a daily email reminder when tasks are due, so you'll be getting a reminder. And there are keyboard shortcuts, and these are the list of keyboard shortcuts you have. So if you want to use them, you can enable them. And If you want to insert an image into your signature or a hyperlink, for example, let's try doing it for insert image. So here, the source is, for example, I go to Google and I type Agile CRM and I select images and I go here. So this is the image I selected. So I right click here and I'll copy the image URL and I'll put the image URL here and I say image, and I can actually change this to 10 by 100. I click OK. This is how you would get. So likewise, I select 100, and this is how the image appears in your signature. So you can type your name and everything, and then you can put the image below your name or above your name in the signature section, and all you need to do is click save changes, and we'll come back to the email integrations later. But otherwise, we have email templates. So you can actually create a template here. You put the name of the template and the subject of the email template you want to, which you can use it when you need to perform, when you need to send that email uh, on daily basis or a weekly basis. And again, uh, if you want an image to be there, if you want an image to be there in the email template, always all you need to do is insert an image and put that, so that image will always be there in the template. All you need to do is click on save, and then we go to notifications, and this is how the notifications work. So my notifications are switched on, so whenever the contacts in my list are browsing a web page or an email open or click on a link or the create a deal or close a deal or the create a tag or a delete a tag or a contact is created or a contact is deleted, and incoming calls if you're using Twilio or SIP, and you can also select these sounds and just click on save changes. So this is how all the other sections in the preferences tab, the section work. And now I want to explain an important feature in Agile CRM, which is the calendar. So this is how my calendar looks, and these are the appointments which my customers have booked with my calendar. And how did they do it? All you need to do is click on online appointment scheduling and click on click on this link. And for example, if I want to send my calendar to a customer for him to block a date and time to discuss with me, this is my personalized link which I send to my customers, and they'll select the time they want to discuss with me. For example, if it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 60 minutes. And for example, if I click on 30 minutes, it says on 30th October, I am available only from 8 p.m. because it's already 7:30 here. It says the available timings are 8 o'clock to 10:30, right? But this is how my calendar appears to my customers when I send them this link. So all you need to do is copy copy this URL and paste it in an email to your customers, and they'll be able to block a date and time in your calendar. And once they block a date and time, you'll also be receiving an email as to at what time you have a meeting scheduled with whom. So this is one particular feature which Agile CRM enables both for you to view and even for the customer to know when are you available and when are you busy. And because So because I have synced my Google Calendar with Agile CRM, all I had to do was go to preferences, data sync, and enable your Google Calendar. And your calendar items in your Google Calendar will be automatically visible in your Agile CRM calendar. So this is how we uh, map our Google Calendar with Agile CRM. But you also have a way to sync Agile CRM's calendar with your Google, and these are the steps. It says copy the above iCalendar webcal link here, and it says log into your Google Calendar and select add by URL from the menu within other calendars. Paste the calendar feed URL into the box provided and click on add calendar. So this is my Google Calendar, and I come here and I click on add by URL, and I go back here and I'll copy the web calendar here and I'll paste it here, and I click on make web calendar publicly accessible depending on my requirement, and I click on add calendar, and this is what it shows. So now these are the reminder items which I had in other CRM, but now they automatically appear even in my Google Calendars. This is how you map both Google Calendar and Agile CRM, right? So this is how it works. And let me stay in Google Calendars to explain you another feature. If you want to, okay, let's say if you want to add an event, all you need to do is add event. Let's say call with ABC and say hi, and it says this time. So let me select 2015 till 2030, and I'll click on all day event, and I say ABC. Save. So what happens now? Let me refresh. I just refreshed and it shows call with ABC. So this is how I do. But if you want to add a repeated event or a task you have, all you need to do is go to your Google Calendar and for example I say no, let me come to 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. 31st October. I click on edit event and it takes me to this page. So all I'll do is call with A, B, C, X, Y, Z, and the timing is already selected. So if I want this to be all day, I'll click on all day. Otherwise, I'll have to select the times. But if I want this to repeat, all I need to click is on repeat. And if I want it to repeat weekly, for example, I have selected it on 31st. 31st is a Friday. So if I click on weekly, this event will get automatically added for every Friday. But you can even select only Monday to Friday. You can select Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the alternate days. You can also select Tuesday and Thursday, the alternate days again. Or you can select weekly, monthly, yearly. Or you can just select random days, or say Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So it says weekly on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and you click on done, and it saves for Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, everything. And all you need to do is click on done. Right. So now, for example, I'll do this. I'll click on repeat, and I'll say Friday, or I'll say Thursday, Friday, and I'll say weekly, and it says starts on 31st. Done. Right? So it says weekly on Thursday, Friday, call with ABCXYZ at 6 p.m. till 17th. If I select available here, and once I click on save, because this Google Calendar is already synced with the Agile CRM calendar, and when I send my personalized link to the customers, they'll be able to see that from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I'm still available and they can book a slot. But if I want to let them know that I'm busy from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., all I need to do is click on busy. I'll go here, save. So it shows me here 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Let's go back to the Agile CRM calendar. I just refreshed and it shows me here at 6 p.m. Because I started it from today, it shows call with ABC XYZ, and then next week call with ABC XYZ, and this is for October. And every Thursday, Friday, it shows me call with ABC XYZ, call with ABC XYZ, call with ABC. And you'll also be getting emails that an event has been added. And if you actually want to remove this event, all you need to do is go and edit it, or edit if you just want to make some changes, you can do this, or if you want to discard changes, if you have made any, you can even do that. And if you want to delete this particular event, all you need to do is and it will ask me like all those instances. I'll say all following. That's it. I'll now refresh my Agile CRM calendar. And the calendar which we were viewing was the month of November. Now it's come back to October. So let's go to November. And no, it doesn't show. Let's have call with the ABC XYZ. Right? So this is how my calendar works. If you want any repeated events, and if you also want to block all the date and dates and times for all the customers that you're not available on Saturdays and Sundays, all you need to do is select Saturday and Sunday and click on repeat like this. For example, it's a Saturday. I'll go to edit event and I'll click on all day and I'll say repeat, and I'll also select Sunday. So weekly on Saturday, Sunday, and I'll click on done and I'll say busy, which means once I save this, people won't be able to view my calendar on Saturdays and Sundays. It says there's no slot available. I'll just discard these changes and I'll go back to Google Calendar. So this is how Google Calendar can be integrated with Agile CRM, and this is how Agile CRM takes the request from the Google Calendar. So if you have done anything on Google Calendar, you can all those changes will automatically reflect into your Agile CRM calendar. And if you have made any changes in your Agile CRM calendar, and if you have subscribed to your iCalendar feed, then the changes will automatically reflect in your Google Calendar. So that's about the calendars and scheduling appointments. So as a reminder, I'll again tell you how to uh, do the appointment scheduling. All you need to do is scroll down, click on online appointment scheduling, and you get a URL. Click on this URL and copy this link, and I'll say I'm sending this to someone, and I'll just paste it. That's it. And once they receive the email, they'll be able to view my calendar and all the timings are available, and they'll be able to block a date and time, right? So that's how the online appointment scheduling works. So let's come back to the Agile CRM dashboard. Now, I want to tell you how to integrate the emails and your IMAP integrations. If you have any other hosts you want to integrate, so I'll have to go to preferences and I'll go to email and it says enable. I'll just click on enable. Because I'm already logged into my Gmail, it asks me access. I click on accept and it says my email has been enabled. Right. So for example, let's take my phone and this is how you would be asked to enter the name, email address, password and description. And these are the general questions you are asked when you want to integrate an IMAP server. So let's take an example as a name would be the first name and last name, the email address of with your particular domain and the description. And the host name would be the mail server from which the emails are hosted. So for example, here let's take imap.one.com and username which I've already entered in the email section and the password. And once you click on next, this is what happens. So likewise, let's come back to the preferences section and here it asks you for your server host name, username and password. So here the host name will be the server which is hosting your domain and from through which the emails will be coming, incoming emails, and then the username and the password and click on save. And this will help you enable your IMAP servers. And there's another way you can view your emails is by integrating your Office 365 account, which is your Microsoft account, and it says see all emails related to a contact from your Office 365 account. So if you integrate your Hotmail or the Office 365 account, and you'll start receiving they're receiving your emails to your other CRM account too. So this is how the IMAP and the Office 365 work. And so let's come to the last topic of this phase one, the onboarding, and we've come to deals. So there are two views in the deals, which are, for example, this is the milestone view, but I have another view which says list. So this is where you get the list of deals you have, and it also shows the total value of the deals here. Sorry, I just muted it for a while and I forgot. I just realized. So let's come back to deals. So yeah, I'll go back to the dashboard and I'll click on deals. And there are two views for deals actually, which says the milestone view and the list view. So the one which we're looking at now is the list view and it shows the total value, right? And this is how the list of deals are shown. And let's go to the milestones view. So this is how the milestone view looks like. So now we have two deals already for different for one contact, and the two business deals, and we looked at them. So let's try creating another deal for any contact. For example, the contact we have just created ABC. So right, we'll say uh, Ajay business, and I put owner as me, and the value would be a million, right? And the probability would be 100% because it's agile. And I will put the milestone as prospect. I can always change it. For example, now it's prospect, and once it's one, we'll select it to one. So as of now, I'll say proposal, and I'll select the date as tomorrow, 31st October, and I'll say A, B, C. We'll select this, The description will be probability of making the agile strategies. And if you want to add a note here, all you need to do is click on add a note for the next meeting on Friday 31/10/2014, and you click on save. So it's saving and it shows in the proposal section. So once the proposal is discussed and you want to edit the business, let's make it 5 million and we say 1 and I save changes. It shows me in this milestone, one milestone. And if you want to view them in the list view, because before we had just 3 and now agile business, because it's 100% and it's worth $5 million, you can see that all the graph has changed and even the pie chart has changed. So this is how you add deals in the deals section. But there's another way you can add deals, which is actually there are 2 more ways to add deals. Second one is how you come here and click on deal and all the same things we have entered already, and the only thing you'll be adding here is the related to, and click on save and we close it once we save. But the last way to add a deal is go to the particular contact and click on add deal by clicking on the drop down arrow next to the edit button. Click on add deal and here it's already showing 86 So this is how you add deals to a particular contact or in general without having to come to a contact's name and adding it. This is where we enter the deals manually. But coming back to deals, and if you click on the drop down arrow button next to add deal, it says import from CSV, export as CSV. So you can actually both import deals from CSV file and they will automatically get integrated with other CRM, and you can also export the deals you already have as a CSV file, and it says you will receive an email CSV file shortly. Proceed. I want it now, but if I want to import from CSV, it says import deals from CSV. This is how we saw it looks when we have to import contacts from CSV or companies from CSV, and this is how it looks where we can import deals from CSV and we can import up to 10,000 deals from one single CSV file. So it looks like we have come to the end of the discussion for today, and we've basically discussed the primary features and the basic features of Agile CRM, and we will discuss the phase 2 in the next session, which will be dealt about newsletter, marketing automation scenarios, scoring and automated triggers, rules, use cases, and social suite. Right, so that's it for today. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.